Good morning, everybody. Today is September 24th. The time is 10 a.m., and I'm welcoming you to the Curriculum Committee meeting. We have all members present, and I need a motion to approve the agenda, please.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0, thank you. I need a motion to approve the meeting minutes from August 27th.
So move.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, 4-0, thank you. We have our action items, sole source purchase, 100 gardens. Dr. Rogers?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, board members. Thank you for being here today. The first item for approval is our sole source purchase for 100 gardens. So this vendor will provide training and equipment for an aquaponics lab at Forest Hills High School. You received the memo with those details, and we do have Brian Davis here, our Director of Career and Technical Education, if you happen to have any questions.
Does anyone have any questions on that? Okay, if not, I need a motion to send this to the full board, please.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 4-0, thank you. Next we have sole source purchase Riverside Insights.
That's right. So the second item for approval is the sole source for Riverside Insights. And Riverside provides our universal screener called our COGAT for academically and intellectually gifted identification in grades 3 and 6. So the memo had all the details as well. And we do have Dr. Charlotte Hancock, our Director of College Readiness, here if you happen to have any questions.
Any
Dr. Rogers, is that an annual fee?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that the same program we're with now?
It is. We've
Okay.
used it for many years.
All right.
They even had that back when my daughter was in elementary school, which was, geez, a long time ago.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Chair, by way of review, maybe Dr. Hancock can just kind of talk about it real quick.
Absolutely. So good morning, everyone. So the COGAT is a universal screener that we utilize for third and sixth graders. It is one data point for identification criteria for AIG. It is also useful data. Teachers are able to use the feedback that we get from this to support all learners in the classroom.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any other questions? If not, I need a motion to send this to the full board for approval.
So move.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, 4-0, thank you. Next up, we have the 2025-26 UCPS Focus School Plan. Dr. Houlihan?
Thank you. Good morning, board members. I'm going to ask Dr. Rogers to share her screen, and we're going to kick this off. So we're pleased to bring to you all today our strategic plan for a group of our schools that we have historically called our focus schools. As you may recall, we have had a long tenure of success here, really with implementing parts of this plan that started back in 2017. Over the course of the years, both pre-pandemic and post, we have seen that when this plan is implemented with fidelity, we have schools that are moving out of low performing, and even if they are still low performing, they're moving the needle in a positive way. All of our schools that were low performing last year did see pretty good growth and increase in proficiency. And as you remember, 3 of the 7 schools that implemented our plan exited low performing. Today, we are pleased to highlight the 6 key strategies for the schools that you see on your screen. Those that are in bold have been identified by the state of North Carolina as an identified low performing schools. Those who are not bold are schools that we are applying this plan for as a proactive measure to prevent any kind of regression academically and or to help give kind of a boost on academic improvement. And as a reminder on the next slide, these are the 6 high-level strategies. Our staff is going to go through each of them in more detail, and then we'll take questions at the end. So next up to talk about our first strategy will be Dr. Tyson.
Right. So, good morning, everyone. And of course, strategy one is effective leadership. We believe that these schools need effective leadership, and that begins with the building level principal. A key strategy that we've implemented and will continue to do so, which will be led by our school performance team, is executive coaching. Executive coaching means that they'll be in with the principal leading, as well as in classrooms with our Rise Walk process that Dr. Rogers will talk a little bit about here in just a little while. Is constant feedback. Along with the feedback, it is providing strategies for improvement. It is built around a data analysis process, which we call our key performance indicator process, which we look at all different types of data for the school, not just performance data. We meet, we discuss areas and trends, and we look for ways to improve the data across the school. You see a principal professional learning community where we will work together with the principal and various schools that are implementing this similar plan so they can work together to discuss common strategies. We've already had one of these meetings, which was held after our last general principals meeting. Training for our assistant principals through our assistant principal pipeline with the transformation leadership pipeline, as well as our AP Academy for these principals and assistant principals so we can pour into their leadership so they can effectively lead this work and we can see positive outcomes at the end of the school year and also throughout the school year.
All right, so we're going to take a look at strategy 2, which is to support and build the effectiveness of teachers. And we do that through PLCs, which highlights a strong planning process because we know that strong planning results in strong execution and instruction, and it equips the teacher in the classroom. We also provide professional development through our district professional learning series days, where we have principals, lead teachers, curriculum facilitators provide sessions and professional development for focus schools. We have robust lesson planning processes. We want to ensure that our focus schools are using our UCPS content resource pages, and that ensures alignment and rigor to the North Carolina Standard Course of Study, which we utilize. We have a strong multilingual learner professional development that includes many things. First and foremost, we position our teachers to address the needs of ML learners right in core instruction, the teaching and learning that happens every day right in the classroom. So that means we have whole staff participation in professional development here. We also offer WIDA alignment, and WIDA is our language proficiency assessment for our ML learners. And then we also provide strategies that helps our ML students not only acquire academic content, but to grow in their learning of the English language. So all of that leads to improved understanding, increased confidence, and academic success as well. And we will continue the use of our common formative assessments, and this is how we monitor and gauge student progress. So furthermore, with building effective teachers, Dr. Tyson referenced our RISE walk process. This is what we call our instructional walkthroughs. We take the time to notice patterns and trends to provide feedback and focus support for teachers in our focus schools. We provide district-led PLCs. So what happens is we have our professional learning series days, that professional development, and district-led PLCs happen in between those PLS days. And you can see the chart at the bottom of this slide for the identified focus areas for those district-led PLCs, and that aligns with our UCPS priorities. Also, our principals conduct super evaluations for teachers, and that is required by the state of North Carolina. All right, strategy 3 is the cornerstone of our focus school plan, and that is daily intensive tutoring. We use this model for our focus schools, and we focus on 4th grade, 7th grade, and 9th grade Math 1 students. And through our partnership and research with UNC Chapel Hill, we utilize the whole grade model because that research indicated that the whole grade model has a higher impact on student learning and student success. So, our tutors, we provide a robust onboarding training for them, a full day training for them, and then they are also required to attend monthly training. And so in those monthly trainings, we position the tutors with the strategies that they will be using for the next set of lessons from our UCPS provided curriculum binder, where we have developed the math lessons aligned to the rigor of the state standards, which is very, very important.
So with positive culture and climate, we look at our district-led professional development, which foundations and champs, and really we're thinking about common sets of rules, policies, and procedures for our schools, and of course, standard ways to implement those through all of our classrooms. A couple of things that we have added in the way of professional development that we're excited about. We have a de-escalation training that we have implemented that has been led in-house, and we've also added crucial conversations to help with our school leaders and individuals in leadership roles to provide direct and coaching feedback. We do have key performance indicators. I talked about that a little bit earlier, and in that process, we're looking at teacher survey data. We're also looking at discipline data and ways that we can respond. And it's really creating a cycle of continuous improvement through these schools. So it's a way for us to review, and really throughout the year, we're not waiting till the end of the year to see how the schools are doing. We're progressing throughout the year. And then, of course, we have college and career engagement strategies at these schools in the way of our partnership with Atrium, with our Health Sciences Academy, in our Monroe cluster schools, and then in our Forest Hills cluster schools, and actually now expanded to our Piedmont cluster schools, the Ag Tech partnership that we have with our North Carolina Cooperative Extension Agency. So ways that we try to create and improve the culture and climate throughout our schools.
The fifth strategy is more time in school. So that can look like before and after school tutoring, a summer jump start, and that's where students are able to participate in academic experience prior to the beginning of the school year starting, and then summer programming, which is dependent upon funding from the state.
And the final strategy that we have is our wraparound services. And of course, much of this falls in Dr. Jones' shop with the work of Dr. Giddens. However, we have our partnership with the Department of Health and Human Services and the Collaborative, our mental health support, teletherapy, which is available along with our district lead counselors. One thing that we've expanded there is we've added an additional ESL counselor to help with our growing ML population. We have social workers, mental health therapists, and then our agency partnership for play therapy, which is an expansion from last school year, but that is only at the elementary level.
Okay. All right, and so that is the end of our overview of the focus plan, and we'll open it up to any questions you may have.
Dr. Rogers, would after school care be considered like a wraparound service?
That would be something, Reverend Kirkpatrick, that we could discuss and look into. At this time, it's not a wraparound service.
The reason I ask is because I know after school, historically, not just in Union County, but through data, it really helps to support a child or a family academically as well as socially. And I know that our schools here in District 1, we only have one elementary school in District 1 that has an after-school program. And so I was just curious to know if that is something that we have seen throughout the years that has definitely been effective or supportive with the academic component that is done during the school day, having our students attend after school, where a lot of our teachers who are working in after school, some of them, I don't know if all of them, work during the school day or have some understanding of academics to help them with their homework and things like that. So I was just curious.
I'll just I'll just add, Reverend Kirkpatrick, the answer I would give is if structured appropriately, I think it can have a huge impact, especially with extending the learning time. We've really tried to grow our own UCPS after school program. And, since the pandemic ended, as you all may remember, at Walter Bickett Elementary, we had a partnership, I believe, with Boys and Girls Club. Then it moved to Salvation Army, and then we got word late last spring that they were no longer going to be able to support that. So in some of our school communities, we do see that after school programming is a current gap. I've asked Mr. Moore and our after school director to look at where those gaps exist to try to figure out what other options we have, if not now, maybe for second semester and or next year. So we're aware of that. And I was going to say the short answer to your question, from my opinion, is if it's done correctly, then I think it can make a big impact.
I agree. Okay. Thank you.
How do we choose the locations? It's where there's interest in having an after-school program, or?
I'm not sure. I would assume interest and or staffing levels where we can get staff to commit to a certain location. But I would tend those are probably the two driving forces.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think space plays into that equation as well.
Is there any other questions? I just wondered, under the culture tab, I mean, are we working on trying to get involvement? I mean, we talk about it all the time, that like having families engaged in, what's going on at school is so important. And so would that fall under that tab?
Absolutely, it would. And actually, yesterday we had a training for our Title I schools, led by members of our team in combination with a provider, to really focus in on family engagement and how we can tie family engagement, really make the two-way communication at a very high level, but then tie it back to really the cornerstone, which is student achievement. Like, we want parents and families to show up, but of course we want them to be engaged at a level so they can help their child perform better, and looking for creative ways to do that. It was a very robust training, and there will be 2 additional days of training that those principals and their teams that they brought will attend. So it is inclusive of the focus schools, but also a few other schools that may be Title I that are not on the focus school list. But yes, we had that training yesterday. So that is going to be a focus for us through this school year.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Ms. May, I'll add on that. We do have a district level family engagement coordinator that will be supporting that work. That is currently a vacancy. We're in the interview process and would hope to bring a name to the board at the October meeting. But the work around these schools in particular with family engagement is going to be a high priority for that individual whenever they begin.
That's great. Thank you so much. Any other questions?
Yeah, Madam Chair, I came through a very, very bad area. So is there something of significance that I may have missed?
Well, I don't know what you didn't hear.
When I came back on, Reverend Patrick was speaking. So, and when I left, Dr. Tyson, I believe, was speaking. So I just
They were
wanted to make
talking
sure I didn't
about
miss it.
if it's possible to have after school care at some of these schools. So they're gonna look into that.
All right, thank you.
Okay, sure.
They also said that, and they also said if funding is low, that you would flip the bill to make sure the schools need after school care. You would take care of it.
You know what? I received that, and I will go into immediate prayer to get those funds.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if there's no more questions, I need a motion to send this to the full board, please.
So
Second.
moved.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, 4-0, thank you. Our next meeting is October 22nd at 10 a.m. via Zoom, and I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0, thank you.